Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army and one in the Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So every time I stand with my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many cases, it brings me to tears, thinking about all that has been sacrificed, not just those in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s, and everyone and all that has been endured by so many people up until this point. And is everything right with our country right now? No, it's not. We still have a long way to go. But I think what you do by standing there and showing respect to the flag with your hand over your heart is it shows unity. It shows that we are all in this together. We can all do better, and that we are all part of the solution.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with anything that Drew Brees said there. In fact, it was eloquent. It was thoughtful. It was well said. And I feel like, is this guy going to run for Senate or something? Because he definitely could. And producer Mark, is he not one of the best, just so I'm clear, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, right?
He's one of the best of all time, yes.
Yeah, okay. This guy's obviously also really good. He's just saying, look, I don't think, he didn't say people should not be allowed to disrespect the flag. He just said, I do not agree with people showing disrespect to the flag, right? And now, so this is the game that is always played here with the Kaepernick thing. Why are they doing it when people, because they want attention? Why does it get attention for the cause? Because the perception, the reason you're doing something, right, when it comes to the national anthem and is showing respect for the flag and for our country. That's what it's supposed to be about. And if you do something during that, you are taking from that moment to give to something else. If I stood up at someone's funeral and said, hey, everybody, we really need to work on poverty issues around the globe. Okay, maybe that's true, but it is disrespectful to the funeral that is going on. Remember, not even allowed to have real funerals now because social distancing. It's disrespectful to the funeral that's going on. And to say otherwise is just disingenuous. I mean, it's very clear what's going on. The reason you're choosing that moment is because you understand what people intend it to be, and you want to direct it to something else. And you want to direct attention to some other thing. Well, when you're doing that in a time set aside for a thing, in this case, respect to the flag, yeah, there's a disrespect that is being shown. That's just, I don't know. I mean, but maybe I'm giving too much rational thought to this. As I said, let's start off the top of this. Libs have embraced irrationality. We are in a time of mass insanity on the left. This is real now. This is happening. Drew Brees said he didn't even tell people they can't or they should. He's just saying, I don't agree. And then he talked about his family history serving the military and what the flag means for him. And he even said, the country's not perfect. Why do we all have to say that? We have to just, there's a little part of me that gets annoyed. It's not quite bending the knee. Oh, and Drew Brees has bent the knee. Now he's apologized for his insensitive comments. What? There was nothing insensitive about what he said. No, they're just demanding that you read from a certain script. But even to have to say things, and I do it too because that's the power around these issues. If you don't say certain things repeatedly, over and over, you got to make it clear, got to keep saying it. It doesn't matter if you've said 100 times before, yes, there is injustice in society. Yes, there is racism in society. The moment that you don't say it when you're talking about these issues, you don't have to concede that first. Oh, maybe you don't think there's racism. Maybe you don't think there's injustice. This is the way that, look, it's the way that authoritarians argue, right? Do as I say or else I'll destroy you, right? Say as I want you to say or else I'll ruin you. And that's what we're up against. It's fascinating to me that we are always led to believe by the media that, and for example, Eric Holder, we're cowards when it comes to having conversations about race. This is when he was Attorney General of the United States under the Obama administration. Like, we're talking about race all the time. It's on the news constantly. This is out. We've had protests for years. We're constant discussions of race. It comes up in sports, it comes up in politics, and I'm not even going to say, forget about whether we talk about race more than we should in this country for a second, because I do think it's divisive, and I think that it does not serve our interests as a society to allow ourselves to be separated by completely, morally and ethically irrelevant but immutable characteristics, skin color. To separate us by those things at all psychologically and to play into that is damaging, dangerous to society, and that's why the libs are the arsonists here. They are not the firefighters. And in some cases, the libs are literally the arsonists here. We're seeing plenty of that going on. But here we have race as an issue where if you talk about it and in any way you are you misspeak, and this is a very complicated issue. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of history and a lot of policy and statistics and emotions. And there's a lot of things. If you step out then it is very likely that you will suffer severe consequences.
Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.